Yup. Pat just landed still. 2 sets, let me pull it down. I'm gonna check it out now. Smooth still. Yeah, I'm seeing less on the 27th still.
How much man have I helped in this life? Is too many. All I need is a phone and a like a sim. Now it's time to win, bro. Spending time in bin, but I still send him things. Make sure it's nice within.
Sinners Finance.
Yeah.
Before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. CS, tell them what we got coming.
Yeah, we got a lot. Well, I don't want to say a lot, but obviously live show 11th of May. That's coming, and then we've got new kind of like access all area membership program on YouTube, innit?
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I know.
You know what it is? Yeah, we just had we've been coming in the room, yeah, and obviously you see how to set up, but there's mics everywhere. Sometimes we just get caught in conversations. It's like, bro, just press record, turn on the camera. But some of the conversations that we're having, it's not really for like
everyone's
ears like that. But we don't mind putting it out. But it's like, it kind of is going to seem a bit too cloudy if we just push it out. Because sometimes we're talking about people, but you know the conversations you have with your brethren, like, it's not necessarily for other people to hear.
It's for the dedicated fans, isn't it?
Yeah, basically. So we thought, you know what? Let's just put it behind the paid wall and put it on the members thing. So we're setting up a membership on the YouTube now. Might sort out a Patreon as well, innit?
Well, that's always been the plan.
That's
always been.
What's the difference between Patreon and YouTube?
There's no difference, man. They're all the same. They're all paywalls for people to pay for people's content.
Yeah.
It's just that they're gonna all have different features, innit? Which is the same shit though.
Basically, yeah. Other than that, keep supporting Sinners Vodka. We started the shop run. We've got it in our first. Well, it's not even that we've got it in the first shop. Shops have been having Sinners Vodka now, but we've got a new partnership program that we're running. So if you do own a shop and you want to get involved, send us a DM and we'll let you know, and it will benefit you. If you see the content that's coming out, you'll see how it's going to benefit you. Yeah.
It's more of a benefit to them than it is for us.
100%. And then even pubs as well, and nightclubs. Shout us. We've got partnership programs for you lot as well. But other than that, go on to the website or Amazon and get yourself a bottle. sinnersvodka.co.uk. Yeah,
man. But let's get into the guest that's on the table. I've been aware of you. Obviously, that's since lockdown, but that's when you basically broke out. That was when you made your name. But he's a cool guy though. I met him once. I like his content.
Trying to convince me?
No. It's not even convincing you. I'm just letting you know. On a personal one, I'm aware of his content. I like the stuff that he does, and I know there's a lot more sides to him than what he lets on in terms of business and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? So I'll let you take the floor and introduce yourself.
Yeah, appreciate the kind words. My name is Jay, also known as JAYVSOP, also known as I'm Broke Baby. I share personal finance content, side hustles, money-making tips. I just want to help people with stuff that I wish I knew when I was younger, basically. About personal finance, anyway.
Okay. And how do you go about doing that?
So I make short-form content, Instagram, TikTok. Tried YouTube. YouTube is a bit tricky, but I mostly, just do content. I used to try to post like 3 times a week, but just business just got in the way, so just try and put as much content out as possible.
What's the content that you put out?
So right now, my last couple posts have been about credit. I like to talk about credit a lot. So I like to talk about how to leverage credit within either your personal finance, your business, how to get better credit scores, how to check your credit score, just anything to do with personal finance is my content.
Because before he started off with side hustles, like how can you make money? You get what I'm saying? So he started off as a reseller, like he was reselling trainers.
Okay.
That's how I came about content.
Yeah.
So my business that blew me up was I was reselling, basically documenting it online, but where I was doing it on like a bigger scale than most people, and I was doing it legitimately, like registered business, paying tax and all that. I used to share like my business tips basically with people and to other resellers, and then it just kind of snowballed into actually people taking me seriously about business tips.
Okay.
And then side hustles came about through that. Obviously, sneaker reselling is basically a side hustle.
Yeah.
Started trying other side hustles, posting my results online, gained a big following on TikTok, converted to Instagram as well, and then just grew my page from there. Yeah.
Oh, so you started off on TikTok first?
Yeah, I posted probably for about 6 months on TikTok before I posted on Instagram.
So, okay.
Yeah.
So what did your passion come from? Trainers to begin with?
Originally, yeah, my passion was trainers, but I was always entrepreneurial, so that was just my gateway into being an entrepreneur, was flipping trainers. Yeah.
Okay. And then so through that you learned how to make content, and then you realized that you could leverage content in
So I think every business owner, especially now, should at least know how to make some form of content for their business. It don't have to be the best. The content could just be a Canva post or something, but I learned how to make content when I was promoting my Instagram page, maybe like 2013, 2014. So I was making content for that page. I grew that page to 70,000 followers before I started making my own personal content. So I already knew how to make content, just in a different way, and then I kind of transitioned into being a personal brand, I guess.
So
go on.
I was gonna say, was it lockdown that kind of pushed you?
Yeah, so that's when I transitioned into showing my face in videos. So I used to make content for my pages, but it wouldn't be my face. It might just be my hand and the trainers or something. And then during lockdown, I saw like a little gap in the market where there was like no face of side hustles in the UK. There was people making content, but I thought like I was out every day, like trying to flip trainers, I was flipping everything basically. And I thought, okay, if I document this, then I definitely got a lane for myself.
Okay.
So how do you get other business to reach out to you?
For content or for...
Yeah, for content.
So if I want to do a brand deal with someone.
So basically, there's a lot of people that reach out to us for outreach,
Okay.
for short form, and all those things.
And they want advice with it.
Nah, they want to do content for us. The first thing they tell us that
for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
First thing they tell us that our content's rubbish.
Oh yeah, everyone's gonna say that, though, isn't it?
Yeah. And then, but then we've tried to do the same thing, innit? Where we try to outreach,
Offer it as a service.
offer it for a service. And I know that there's a service there, but it's like you need a certain skill to really like get people to understand that.
I know what question you're saying. I don't think it applies to him like that though, because what he's done is he's used content to build a personal brand, and off the personal brand, people have then, they want to work with him. They're asking.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I've done content for other people as well, so it probably does apply to your
Okay.
question. Maybe on the opposite side that you're asking. So I've done content for podcasts before. I've done content for clothing brands. I've done content for like other little bits and pieces, but it's hard to get people to see the value in what you're offering. That's the hardest part. And to be fair with me, if the person I'm offering a service to can't see the value, then I might not even want them as a client, because they're not going to take themselves seriously, let alone me, if they can't part £100, whatever, £1,000 to actually push their business. So
Yeah, makes sense.
Me personally, I'd rather find the right client.
Yeah. So how did you build up to the person that understands content, understands numbers?
I guess just obviously when you make your own content and looking at insights, looking at trends, looking at what works for you, I think it applies to every single business, to be honest. So like I said, I done content for podcasts. I done content for No Behavior. I was the one who made their TikTok page, made them go viral on TikTok, and then obviously left them to run it themselves. But I never knew about podcasts. I never had a podcast. That was the first podcast. Well, I've only been on like 2 podcasts before that, but I still knew how to apply it to their thing to go viral. So I think just analysing your own numbers, analysing your own demographics, what works for you, you can apply it to anything, I think.
How did you get them to see the value in you?
So when I literally went on their podcast.
As a guest?
As a guest. Obviously, they saw I was doing numbers on TikTok. I said, are you on TikTok? They wasn't on TikTok. Literally just made them an account and done it before they even had time to think about it, I made them their account and got them like 5 videos, probably 1 million views on 5 videos, and said, look, here you go. Like, your podcast obviously bangs on TikTok. You might as well just put it on there.
Okay, so you
I took action, basically.
you did the work first, then.
Yeah. But that, for me, obviously, I'm a fan of their podcast, so
Yeah.
it was more, I actually wanted just them to do well. But if I was someone trying to sell that service, I would just take action first, to be honest.
Yeah.
And if they don't follow up on that action, then they're not the right client for you.
Yeah. You see, with that though, there's I feel like within this industry, we talk about no behavior, there's loads of gaps in the market. I don't feel like these type of podcasts have clocked on to a lot of the ways and avenues that can make money.
Yeah. And there's, obviously, not to keep on mentioning other podcasts, but the one that blew up in the UK the most from clips was Shits and Gigs.
Yeah.
And no one copied them. I couldn't believe that no one was copying them, because they
Right.
just had the formula from 3 years ago.
Early. Yeah.
Early they had the formula, and no all the podcasts got late, I think.
Yeah. No, 100%.
And I think most podcasts, personally, I think their content is better than Shits and Gigs, but they just never,
Formulas.
they never clocked onto the formula.
Exactly that. And that's what I say now. I say, yeah, within the music industry, the urban music industry, all the podcasts in the space do not operate properly in terms
No.
of there's a industry way of operating, and then there's like a social media, YouTube, TikTok. There's a difference. You get what I'm saying? Like, these have already got fans from previous situations, music backgrounds and all that. So you've got people that are following you already, but you can convert that into like big numbers based off like understanding TikTok, understanding YouTube shorts, and understanding how to formulate your podcast in the long form in ways that like, you know, work better with YouTube. Do you get it?
Yeah, long form was obviously the hardest platform or content to master, but short form, I don't think there's any excuse why you wouldn't be trying to leverage your short form content to gain more followers. Like you said, a lot of UK or urban podcasts, however you want to call it, they probably ex-rappers, ex-social media people, and they come in with a following, and it's kind of like they expect people to watch rather than trying to find that new audience.
100%.
You see how you said Shits and Gigs had the formula from 3 years ago? From your observation of being in short form content and still consuming podcasts and that, what do you think's the new formula now?
That's a good question. I don't think there's a new podcast formula. I think now it's a level playing field. Everyone's going to put their podcast on TikTok and format it the right way, really. If you got CapCut, you can do it. So there's quite a few new podcasts that are blowing up UK-wise. I think it's just the content now, to be honest. I think it's a level playing field now. There's no cheat code to clipping it anymore. Everyone can clip it the same. You can pay someone to clip your podcast for cheap. Yeah, I think it's just the content now.
I think there needs to be a certain style to your clips. It's almost like fashion to an extent. Like,
I get you. Like, if you're scrolling through TikTok, you expect to see it in a certain way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna scroll past.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's hard to get that.
Yeah, no.
I don't think there's like a secret formula to it.
It's hard if you don't want to learn,
Yeah.
because then you're going to be paying someone to style your brand.
Yeah.
So when you say content, yeah, do you mean the actual contents of the content, like the subject matters that they're speaking about, or?
See, okay, with a podcast, yeah, you do like an hour, 2 hours. If you clipped every single clip, like, it's going to be boring, innit? Like, no one's going to watch every single clip. So even just identifying what part of that podcast is going to go viral. Me, just as a listener, I know which bit I enjoyed the most. So me watching through a podcast that I'm recommending to clip this bit, clip that bit, getting obviously the hook at the start. So I think you guys do that well.
Mm-hmm.
Put your hook right at the start so people are waiting to see the bit that they tuned in for.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, identifying the right parts is a big key, I'd say. But just, yeah, going into content, obviously that's something that I'm heavy on myself, but it's what my business focuses on. So I have a dance company called Sturdy Off, and we went viral on social media coming up to 3 years ago now, and got so many views and just like leveraged it into something bigger. And again, I have no dance background, no business really in the dance industry, but I knew how to leverage that content on TikTok.
Because it was blowing up at a stage, innit? Like, anyone doing the sturdy dances was like...
Exactly. So I saw it on like my For You page. I saw like all the little kids doing it, and I thought there's no actual proper platform, no show that's properly formatted, professional cameras, editing. That's actually putting it out there. So formatted it right, got the clips right, put it out there. Literally, first episode blew up
I swear,
Shit.
straight away.
straight away, instantly.
The thing is that I find interesting about that, yeah, is obviously I came across the platform not through you though. My youth was
Oh, okay.
watching it. You get what I'm saying, and then I've clocked on after. Oh, it's my man. You get me? But you see, like how you seen the gap in the market. You said, all right, cool. We're gonna format it. We're gonna get professional cameras and whatever. But you don't have kids, do you?
No, I don't.
So like, what made you look at it and think, this is a thing? If it's not something that you're genuinely interested in, do you get what I'm saying?
I think just being in London helps, Like London's at the forefront of culture, especially in Europe. Like fashion-wise, everyone follows Central C, like the youths. Music-wise, drill. London was heavy in the drill scene, and then dancing just comes hand in hand with that. Where Sturdy is a drill-based dance, and London is probably the top city for drill. I thought that we should be the ones that take that forward.
So your brain just thinks in algorithmic
Algorithms.
way.
Yeah, like the
innit?
probability
yeah.
of like a London-based company taking that to the next level is high, innit? It's either New York or London that's going to do it, and I thought, well, we should just do it first.
Okay. Are you still business partners with
JB,
Yeah.
tax free.
Yeah. So how, like, what was his involvement in?
So I was I was doing content for tax free. So
To let you know, tax free is a clothing brand, innit? So some
Okay.
people might not know.
so it's a clothing brand based in London, doing really well at the moment. Shout out to tax free. But we got a studio together so we can make content. So I'd make my personal finance content. We'd make tax free content in there. Then the studio that we had.
Stop. Sorry. Before you and him decided to get a studio together, was he one of your clients for that to even happen, or you just
Technically,
brethren?
but we're from the same area, so like we just always
Okay.
like because when we both started our businesses around the same time, there wasn't much people in our area who was like doing that business properly anyway. So naturally, we just came together, started chopping it up, and then I think I had a pop-up shop when I was doing the sneaker reselling, and I was the first shop to stock his brand. So like ever since then, like we've just been collaborating together.
So was you behind that tracksuit going viral and him like? Because I know that he mashed some bread off a tracksuit that I just know that you was behind. Like, not, but I can't say you was behind it.
I
But
can't say I'm behind.
yeah.
Obviously, I was involved in the
Yeah,
content.
yeah,
innit?
yeah,
I was
yeah,
involved in it, but I wouldn't say I was behind.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
What was this? What?
Nah, because there was a tracksuit that went viral, and he would have made a decent amount of sales off that tracksuit.
How did it go viral?
Just being in content. So it used to be in Sturdy Off.
Yeah.
And Sturdy Off was getting millions of views, like crazy amount of views. So obviously just the tracksuit being in there, then I was helping them with their content as well on TikTok. So just naturally, like it was taking off.
And did the sales just start coming through purely after views?
I would say they was already doing well, but that obviously had an impact as well.
Okay.
Yeah, they've always been doing well anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bro, I took you off, but you said so. You got the studio with him.
Yeah, we got the studio. There was basically like it's called an Infinity Cove. It's like,
Yeah, the white coves. Yeah.
Yeah, so you could like rent it out for free for, I think it was 8 hours a month, and we weren't using it, so we thought, okay, we might as well find something to use it with. And then that's when I said, okay, these kids are getting sturdy. Let's make a dance competition. Most dance competitions, they film it like a battle, innit? They film it in like a hall. It doesn't look good to the eye. It's not good for YouTube. It just looks a bit rough. So I was like, yeah, let's just do the dance competition here.
Is it white wall?
Yeah, the white wall.
Yeah.
That's funny because obviously that's the observation that you always make about the white wall content and how
Pop
it
the
goes
balloons and
viral,
all
pop
that.
the balloon
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Yeah.
21st one.
Yeah.
It's mad how that white wall over the last 4 years is just like taking over YouTube. innit?
Yeah,
Taking over.
yeah.
Thumbnails, white wall.
Yeah, everyone
yeah.
uses it. So that's why we saw that and we're like, yeah, like we need to make use of it. Made the competition. So the competition, I think it was like 12 people at the start. I'd say maybe 7 or 8 of them 12 people have gone on to do something crazy since then. Like we had steps, we had end dots, we have dancers who are dancing. One of our dancers danced at the Champions League final.
Yeah.
Wireless, all of that.
Swear.
So they all done their thing, and they're all talented in the first place. We basically got all the most talented dancers in London in one place at one time, made the show show. I think the first episode got like 900K. Second episode got 1 million. Kai Cenat reacted to it.
So
Yeah, clips were getting 4 mil, 10 mil, 15 mil.
YouTube was going crazy
YouTube
then.
was going crazy. Everything, all the platforms were going crazy. But yeah.
sounds similar to like Pen Game and what was going on down there.
Yeah, I would say, I think us and Pen Game are similar, but obviously different chapters. And I like what Mark has done with Pen Game, and he's been doing it for a while. So it's good to see that he's actually getting the recognition that
100%.
he deserves now. And yeah, it's good to see though.
Yeah, 100%.
So-
And that's what I'm saying. If you get the content right and you understand the algorithms, it can just go. Do you get what I'm saying?
I think you can have the right content, and it might just not be your time.
Yeah, that too.
Because rap battles have been going on for ages. Like there's been UK ones, there's been American ones, but for some reason, Pen Game just hit the right time. But the content was already good.
That's
And
what
they
it
took
is.
advantage of that right time, and now they got to be the best rap battle.
I think it's as well the setup that they put in place.
Yeah.
It's set up like it's like Britain's Got Talent kind of thing, and so and then when you added the live audience to it,
Yeah, they got all the elements right.
yeah,
And then once it caught off, that was it.
yeah. What you gotta understand is there's a audience for like reactions, like people do music reactions and all that. So when you've got judges reacting to something, people love that. People like to see people reacting to content, and then you get the audience reacting to what's going on as well. That adds another element. Plus, those people are going to go and all watch the content as well. And then on top of that, it's the controversialness of, you know what I mean? Like you said, that element of it's always been there.
And even with Pen Game, I would say they're not the traditional rap battle. So like, I think the Americans, they don't
There's a cappella.
they don't rate it as much because it's a bit more entertainment.
Yeah.
And the American ones are like proper like bars,
Intricate. Yeah.
bars, yes. And me as a consumer, I'm not heavy into rap, but I can watch Pen Game because it's consumer friendly. I can't watch the American ones
Because it's like music as well, isn't it? It's like the American ones, they're usually a cappella, isn't it? Is it?
Most of them,
Yeah.
acapella. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. A cappella,
Yeah.
I think.
And then it's like, it's kind of, the American one can kind of keep it underground. They don't go outside their box much.
I found that a lot. That I think Americans like to gatekeep a lot. They like to gatekeep their culture, even though the world is involved in that. Like as an American, cool. Like you could say rap came from America, but some of America's biggest rappers has been from London.
England.
Yeah.
And I think London and New York very similar in culture. That's why I thought Sturdy Off. That's why I thought Sturdy Off could do what it could do, because if we can blow up in London, we can blow up in New York, and
100.
then the world's your oyster.
Well, have you faced any of those issues going out there?
People from the States were trying to say that we was kind of taking it and making it corny or whatnot, but I think when they saw that we was actually like in it for the long run, they kind of embraced it more. And we went over, we done a show there, we got mad love when we went there. Every time we go there, we get mad love. So
Yeah. You're always going to have those ones that just like want to have something bad to say. Because if they're not involved, some people are going to say bad stuff in it.
yeah, but how I see it is, especially when it's a movement, so like Sturdy is a new dance. It's a brand new dance. For it to be established as a dance in the future, everyone has to come together in the movement. So right now, there's like a big movement in Brazil. They have Sturdy Off Brazil. We could gatekeep and say you can't use our name because it's trademarked. You can't copy our format. It's an intellectual property. But we know that if they make it big in Brazil, it's only going to benefit everyone. There's one in I think it was, I can't remember what country. There's one in Africa. Obviously US. So if everyone comes together and like propels the platform, then it's only going to help everyone.
100. See, we're trying to fall into a similar lane with our content. You know what I mean? But it's just about getting the pieces of the puzzle right. So we think there's a similar formula with the Pop the Balloon and the blind date thing.
I see you done Pop the Balloon.
Yeah, but on a live version.
Yeah.
With a reaction panel. Do you get it?
Okay.
But you still got to get the content right, and then you still got to deliver it on TikTok and all those things correctly.
Sometimes it feels like it's a bit of a race as well, because you might have the idea but not the execution. Someone else just sees it, executes it better, and then
That's the thing.
That's it.
Yeah. So you gotta have confidence in what you're doing.
You have to. I mean, you could just sit on the idea and you're never gonna get nothing from it.
Yeah.
You might as well give it a go to the best of your ability. If it don't work, it don't work.
100%. And obviously there's things around it that will work, that will keep it like, you know, a profitable business anyway, because we're getting people out for a live show.
Okay,
Ultimately,
so
it's just
tickets.
branded. Yeah, it's branded as a Sinners live show, so it's a branch off from the podcast. But potentially everything could just blow up at one time, especially having the product as well.
So you see, with the pop the balloon, obviously before you done it, you probably done your research. What's like the UK, not the number one UK
Pop the balloon. There's not one.
I've seen like someone do a random one, but I've not seen. Like,
I think there's just been random ones.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think there's one that's established like that.
So you see that there's a lane for that,
There's two.
basically.
Trend Central's doing one, and China's doing one right now.
Okay.
We was gonna initially do a White Wall one, start doing them, but for us it's just because we're doing so much at the same time. Sometimes our focus gets away from understanding what can actually work right now. Do you get it?
But I think with your network of people you've had on the podcast, your one would be better.
Bang it,
than-
yeah, 100. And it's just about figuring the part for us. Obviously, that's what we need to really talk about with your. It's one thing that you just said that, you know, you've seen a gap in the market and then you decided to just get the. It's not that simple, bro.
But that's what I wanted to come on to, because like with that business, you see how you said, oh, you took the kids to New York and this one's doing.
You're making it sound simple, bro.
But like you got to manage the kids. Like, how do you even manage them? Like it's nuts.
I mean, when you come across the problems, you deal with them. Innit? It's only as hard as you want to make it.
Okay, then start from you've got the idea.
Cool. So we got the idea. We was sitting on the idea for probably like a month.
Okay, yeah.
And till it got to the point where it's like, okay, if we don't do it now, we're never going to do it because we're just procrastinating now. So I use my influence on social media to contact all the kids. So like I probably had like 40,000 followers. So as soon as I DM someone, it comes to like the top of the inbox, innit?
Yeah.
And they can just tell from my page that I'm a serious person. I'm not here to mess people about. So contacted everyone. Everyone showed up, which is already, that's my advantage that I already had a platform.
Yeah.
So that's probably the first hurdle, is to have the network to actually produce the thing in the first place. Then as soon as we finished recording, we knew like we had a hit on our hands. Tried to find an editor. The guy who edited basically just gave up, so I had to edit it. I had to learn on the spot to edit. So that was another hurdle. But again, you face the problems when they come. I used my iPad to edit that video. The video is on like 900k views.
Slow it down.
So cool. Next episode, found the editor, so that problem's gone now. I think the next problem was someone taking our idea, because obviously it blew up now. Other people are copying it, but they're not executing it as good. So then we knew, okay, we just got to put out as much as possible. So we filmed probably 4 episodes in 2 months. And then by that time, we was already established because the amount of views we were getting in such a short time. And I guess it's timing as well, but you just got to execute. You just got to execute. And you can't, when you have problems, you just have to solve them. You have to solve them. No matter what way you got to solve it.
Yeah, that's interesting. So basically, you knew you had what you had. You was always aware of what was going on around you, and then you was always aware. You stayed in control of your original whatever you was doing in that month of planning, or the thought process. You stayed in control of that, and you executed it.
Yeah, literally just staying on top of it, executing. I mean, it sounds simple. I think it is simple. Me personally, I think it is simple. As long as you don't overcomplicate it. Like we didn't have a big budget. We probably had, I think we barely £2,000 for the first episode, which if you have no money right now, it might sound like a lot, but the budgets that other people who are getting the same amount of views are working with is on a complete different scale. So you just got to work with what you got.
100.
Obviously, you guys, you got your studio here, you've got your camera equipment. You know that if you can do that yourself, then you're cutting costs straight away. So all the costs we could save. So we had the studio for free. I had just a cheap £500 camera, which was a decent camera, but like it's nothing compared to what we got now. So just using what you got, and don't be scared to execute, I'd say.
Yeah, but your equipment's developed as well.
Yeah, of course. Then. I mean, over time, obviously budgets change. Yeah. But we started. If anyone knows about cameras, so we started with a GH5, but not these ones. We had the basic one. That camera it's about 12 years old, I think.
Okay.
It's like but it's a good camera.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot of work to actually get the best out of that camera. So started with what we could afford. That's all you can do in it. Start, even if you can only use an iPhone, just start with what you got in it.
Basically, but you the intention was always to reinvest though and
upgrade. So we didn't take any money out of it. Basically, we reinvested everything, and now we're lucky that we got good partners that we work with. So we got bigger budgets and can do better things now.
What
I was gonna say
brands?
no. Just how was you balancing your other endeavors when this is all blowing up?
I think as an entrepreneur, you get used to always having new projects and putting time into things. I think it's different when you got 9 to 5, because once you come home from your 9 to 5, you're like naturally programmed to think, oh, that's it for the day. But as an entrepreneur, it never stops.
Keep working.
Like you could be 9 o'clock, you have an idea, and you have to just act on it. Just from your own peace of mind, you just don't want that idea to go. So for me, it's not hard to. If I'm busy, I just get through it.
Do you find yourself spending most of your time plugged into your computer? Like, is that where you do most of your work?
I'd say, phone or computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just the business you're in, innit? You've got to be current. I probably know about so many random YouTube shows, podcasts, channels that I have no business knowing about, but you can implement bits and pieces into your own thing just by staying up to date. So.
Yo, what you saying? I'm down to my last pack, but I got them samples ready for Sunday sessions. I got the original, and I got the strawberry. Everyone's saying it's fire, so you won't have a problem moving this. Alright, safe, I'll see you on Sunday.
There's more to life than sitting on the corners, make them corners fly. Hit sales on Beirut's window, look if it's a quick thing. Rolling pepper, have you seen your life shift quick or wet, Joe?
Yeah.
How you know about Sinners?
So the first time I probably saw a clip was probably one of the mad ones, like one of the mad OnlyFans ones. But recently I've been seeing, obviously I saw the Tanks one because I watched Tanks. That was a good one. I've seen obviously Young Spray. I've seen quite a lot of your podcasts, to be honest.
Okay.
I've seen quite a lot,
I wanted to go back, to when you building up to Sturdy Off now, the money's coming in. Where's the money coming in from? Is it coming from the views, streams, brand deals?
Yeah, that's a good question. So you get monetized. I think it was slightly different then, but you get monetized on YouTube. It would have been 40,000 watch hours.
Yeah.
And 1,000 subscribers or something like that.
Yeah, 1,000.
Basically, we hit that on the first video, so
okay.
We're good. So we got monetized basically after the first video. But that first video didn't get monetized, so we lost out on some money. But I think probably took till the third episode. So we got monetized, but the second episode we used copyright music because we didn't really know what was doing. Like copyright music, drill songs is going to be copyrighted. So we didn't actually make any money for the first 3 episodes, and we're just dipping into our pockets. But we knew we had views, and we knew like that eventually we can convert this into money. So then the first time we made money, we got a brand deal from independent artist. He paid us to put his song in the video.
Okay.
So that was the first time we actually was in profit from the episode.
Whose idea was that?
We knew that was one of our selling points, is that we can make music viral in it. So from the get-go, we knew that when we created the show, our main thing was to get a brand deal from a sports brand and to get labels to pay us. So we got independent artists first, then we got Universal Music Group sponsored a couple of episodes, and then we was making ad revenue. We started using producers' beats instead of actual music, and that made the episodes kids friendly because there's no swearing, and obviously drill music is crazy. So yeah, it was just mad. The episodes were mad. So use copyright music, free music, or paid for the beats, even paid £120 per episode. Then we made our money on the Google ads and sponsorships from Universal. We worked with Sony.
How is that coming about?
They was outreaching to us.
Was they?
Because we was going so viral. It was.
Yeah.
We didn't have to do any outreach in the first year. No outreach at all. And then we landed a deal with Nike. So that was within I think 6 months.
Nike outreaching to you as well.
Nike outreached to us. Yeah. They said they've been watching us for a couple of months. I was thinking how, because we've only been going for a couple months. So you've been watching from the start, basically.
Yeah.
So, and then since then, obviously, we just developed our partnerships, and then just kept going from there.
How did what does that development look like?
Yeah. So, as soon as we started taking initial deals, we just thought how much value can we offer these companies? Because at this point, we were so invested into it, we weren't looking to see returns straight away. So it's sometimes we might take what we're worth for the brand deal, but over deliver. So the record label might pay us for 5 TikToks and we're giving them 10. Or they might pay us for 3 TikToks, 3 didn't go viral, so we made 5, and then the 5th one's gone viral, and then they want to work with us again. So I'd say over delivering at first, and over delivering, I'd say, but not over promising. Yeah, over delivering.
So under promise and over deliver.
I wouldn't even say under promising. I would just say going the extra mile to make sure that the deal is worth it for both of you. Yeah. And so I say all the first brands we worked with multiple times, like 3-4 times.
Okay.
It was rare that we was getting like one deal and done. That was getting multiple deals.
And that's just because the views is just going crazy.
Yeah, the views, our relationship with them, I think the amount of time we turn things around in, like like social media is moving so fast. Just being able to tap into trends so quickly, I think was a selling point as well. Whereas if they was to go to say an agency, their turnaround time would be twice as long, and they're probably not getting the same results.
So what's it looking like now then? So where you at with that now?
Yeah, so Sturdy Off, so right now we've got a few things going on. So the competition's still going on. We've still got the Sturdy competition, but we've branched off into all styles. So we do like
So it's not so much drill, because drill's not really...
Exactly. So obviously Sturdy is always going to be a part of what we do. So we have that there, the drill competition. Obviously drill's evolved. It's not even all drill. It's Jersey Club, it's jerk drill, it's hood trap. So that's still there, but separately. And then we have like an all styles one, which could be Afro beats, could be crumping, could be b-boys, light feet. And that's just to
solidify here that well.
Exactly. Yeah. So we solidify ourselves within the dance.
So
culture.
you're not even a trend no more. Because dance is something that's just going to be there forever.
Yeah, dance in a whole is always going to be there. We want Sturdy.
Drill's just got you through the door, really.
Exactly. Yeah. So we want Sturdy to be a part of the dance culture, but not every dance, like all dances have their time and place in it. So maybe a couple years ago, or even 2 years ago, Amapiano was the one that was popping. It's not as popping now, but it has its place within the culture in it. And I think we want to solidify Sturdy there, but at the same time, we want to be involved in the actual culture itself. So we've worked with quite a lot of big dancers. We've been doing that competition for 4 months, and we've worked with some of the biggest dancers in the UK on that one. So that's something we branched out into. We have a partnership now with JD Sports.
See.
So at first we worked with Nike, then we worked with Nike and JD Sports at the same time, and now we have a longer partnership with JD Sports. So we do the show is sponsored by JD Sports. We have a co-branded studio with them in London where we could shoot content, film, whatever we want there. We do in-store activation, so if they open up a new store, we'll come down, bring our followers there, just hype it up. They'll do their whatever the dancers do, competition, set routines. We're looking to do a dance tour this summer, which is going to take a lot of planning, but we're trying to go to 4 different countries. So we got a lot going on right now.
See.
So where does that leave you and your personal brand and I'm Broke Baby? Like,
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've definitely not been able to make as much content as I want. I would love to document what I do more, but just the nature where we work with a lot of kids, a lot of things might be confidential. I can't really document everything. So, right now I'd like to make more content because that's probably my passion is probably helping people, innit? So, and my content, I'd like to think it does help people. So I'd like to put out more content, but as someone who makes entrepreneurial content, personal finance content, I can't complain if my business is keeping me from that. So probably, yeah, I'd probably like to make more personal content. Personal content.
You see, with let's start it off. Who's the biggest influencer that you brought into that situation?
As in, we've worked with or who've come from the show.
You worked with?
So not influence artists. We work with. I would say they're the biggest drill artists in the US right now. They're called 41.
Okay.
They're. I think they got a couple platinum records. So I'd say they're the biggest. We done an episode with them. When we go to New York, we link up with pretty much all the artists there, make content with them. But UK wise, I would say they came from our show, or not. Obviously, they had their own platform before, but we're lucky that we've had some big UK talent before they had their big break. So I think I mentioned before, Steps we worked with. Obviously, he had a viral song this summer. I think I looked at it the other day. It was on 56 million streams on Spotify. N-Dots, he was our host for pretty much the whole time. He had his song Embrace It, 150 million streams. He's touring, he's doing his thing. Who else have we had? We just had a lot of people who probably had their break after going on Sturdy Off. Not to say it was Sturdy Off, but it was just good to see that their talent was recognized after.
So do you think, being as the drill side of it's over here and you'd like to bring it there, but you're in a great position because you started to enter new into like piano and all that, like you could say that you're almost in a position where you can control the narrative. You've gone from setting a trend to now showing that you can be a part of a scene. The next step to bring that in there, would you say, is to be like, maybe somewhat take a bit of control, bring someone of influence into the situation, or collab with like a different entity altogether that brings a whole light to the whole scene?
Yeah, that would be probably a big goal of ours, is to collab with some of the bigger groups or bigger dancers. Because I think what we do well is we make dance entertaining for the average person. So like if you talk to dancers, they like different things to what the consumer likes. So all the dance battlers, they do like loads of technical stuff that's not really easy on the eye, but dancers can appreciate it. But we focus on the entertainment side of it. That's why I say we're similar to Pen Game, because
you should collab with Pen Game, I think.
To be fair, I think we can. Obviously, I've been on No Behavior, so I've got contact with Marks.
Yeah.
I think he's got a business partner, but
So, yeah, we know him as well.
yeah. So there's definitely potential there. There's definitely I think that we both do similar things where
it's just the safeguarding kind of side of things that
we could definitely make it work.
Yeah.
But where they don't do a cappella and people will probably say gimmicky stuff, like they put stuff on the screen, which I like. I think is great entertainment, and that's kind of what we do. Like we kind of do gimmicky stuff to make it entertaining. But at the end of the day, our goal is to go viral, and if the dancers go viral on our platform, and then now they got a new audience watching their technical stuff, it's only going to help them. So
100.
yeah, I think bringing more entertainment to dance is probably our goal.
Yeah, man. Sick, that is.
Yeah, it's proper sick. It's proper sick.
So so going forward, is this just like the main focus now then, or have you had spin-off ideas? Like
we tried a spin-off one. It's still yet to come out yet, so I won't say yet. We filmed it. It went really well, to be honest. Just so much other things were happening. That one could be another hit. Still to drop that one, but I'm looking forward to that one.
In the dance world, is that all?
No, it's a completely different.
Okay, yeah.
Completely different sport. I'd say it's a sport.
Yeah.
But similar format.
So your ears and your eyes are still spotting opportunities.
Yeah. So we basically that. I think that format for Sturdy Off can work on so many different platforms. I think it could work in rap as well. Obviously, Pen Game's got their thing. Like I wouldn't even try and get into that one, but I think it could work in sports. I think it could work in other entertainment industries. So we've taken that formula into something else, which hopefully we can release soon. Otherwise, myself, obviously, I do my personal finance content. I actually manage an artist. It's one of the kids who was on Sturdy Off. He just turned 11 yesterday, actually. He's a young artist. He does
singer, rapper.
Yeah, he does. I'd say he does a mix of things, but mostly drill. nothing mad though. Like he's like a really good kid.
Yeah.
And he came from Sturdy Off. He went viral on Sturdy Off. We used his audience to create his own platform. He's actually got 3 million streams on his songs. He's got 400k subs on YouTube. Like he's doing his thing. So I manage him as well. And I'm just open to opportunities, to be honest. Anything that comes my way is something small, if it's something long term.
So it's like this is creating the infrastructure now, isn't it?
It's just network infrastructure. Like now I've got the facilities that if something came to me, it wouldn't be a hassle. Like I said, I got a studio now, camera equipment, got my own Infinity Cove. Like if there was an idea, come to me and I can facilitate it. And if it's whether I take equity from it or take a fee or even just building my network. If someone comes to me with a good idea and I feel like I can help them, and I know that in the future they're gonna scratch my back in the future, then why not?
Mm-hmm.
Is that why you're in? Because you're in Birmingham quite a lot. Because I know, remember you told me before you had a business partner. There was someone you was working with.
Yeah, I had a business partner in Birmingham. She had a jewelry business in Jewelry Quarter, so I was here back and forth a lot.
Is that still ongoing or?
Nah, I don't do that. That was to do with my sneaker business. So
okay,
I don't do that.
Oh,
anymore.
she was doing the lace jewels.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I didn't know. I knew there was someone doing it, but I didn't know you was.
She had all the contacts to manufacture it.
Okay.
We designed it together, but she had all the contacts to do that. So it was just back and forth.
But you're saying you just got rid of it because have you lost your passion for?
No, I mean to be honest, the reselling industry in the UK is dead right now.
It's finished, isn't it?
It's finished. That died a while ago, a
Yeah,
couple of years ago. I lost passion for it. I'm not very materialistic, so I didn't have passion for actual sneakers. The industry, the resale game was dying, and I had so many other things. To be honest, it got to a point where I was like, I can just continue. I was making money out of it, but I could just cut it off and do my other things, and I wouldn't care. So,
what are you passionate about?
I'm passionate about,
like besides business, because obviously we know you're passionate about that. But is there anything else? Like
I genuinely like helping people. Like I say, all my businesses right now help people. So if they're not making money, I'm still being fulfilled in another way, because I think everything I do right now has value. Reselling to me didn't have any value. Like supplying someone with a pair of overpriced trainers didn't really do nothing for me.
It was just a market that was just there.
Yeah, it's just a market. It's just a way to make money. Obviously, I had passion for them in the first place, which got me into it. After that passion went, then it's just money, and you could do anything to make money. So there was no point. Yeah.
Do you have a team of editors, cameramen?
So we do have editors, but I like to keep things simple. So I just have a set camera setup. So we just, same as you guys, sit on tripods. Keep things light.
Okay,
yeah, it just saves so much money, to be honest.
So you just press record.
Yeah, just
that's it.
as long as you've got decent camera equipment, then I don't think, me personally, I've never had a hiccup with cameras. So if it's not broke, just keep it going.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I feel like when it comes to like pen game and then listening to your story, I always admire what they're doing, and we've got a close relationship.
Yeah.
And like even like people from pen game have spoke about what we're doing with the live show, and they can see our vision as well.
Yeah.
And it's something that they want to get involved with. I feel like we're all in similar lanes of understanding content, knowing that there's a position that you can take that can bring you to a level where you're in control of your destiny now, and you can make moves. You can make play moves from left to right just from viral content, because that's what it's stemming off, isn't it? Going viral. But the reason why you want to go viral is the business opportunities and how you can help people.
I think a lot of people miss that though. Even though it seems simple, like everyone really wants to make money, but a lot of people are going viral not knowing how they can market their content, not knowing what brands can actually be involved in their content. So me personally, anything I start, I look from the start and I make a list of what brands I could see in this content and what opportunities are there. Like, so for dancing, it's mostly clothing because they're wearing the clothes in the whole clip. But then we looked into ways of, cool, we can put headphones in. Now can we get a headphone sponsor? Oh, we can put a speaker in the background. Can we get a speaker sponsor? So it's all well and good, coming up with the viral ideas, but to sustain that actual show, you do need to be thinking about the business side, like you said.
100.
When you look at this part, what do you see?
Well, straight away when I came in, obviously I know it's your vodka.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
But I'm on about in regards to what you said
Brands.
in brands and that.
Honestly, I think that the alcohol sponsor is the perfect sponsor for your type of content. Like, I think that's a very clever way to think what type of people we have on the show, what is the vibe of the show, and what aligns with the people watching. So I think you've done it spot on, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
We'll
Especially
try,
get
yeah.
it's your own as well. You
Yeah.
can promote it as much times as you want.
Exactly that.
And
Exactly
no one
that.
can say nothing because it's your own product.
Yeah.
It's just about translating it on a live show basis and taking the formulas of.
That will, I guess that's a tricky one with alcohol. Certain platforms don't allow it.
Yeah.
I think it's the tricky thing just with the platform in general, just because there's topics that are on here that might be, as you said, not kid friendly or not family friendly. So there's a bit of red tape.
Why you've got this?
Yeah.
Your
adult,
podcast
yeah.
is obviously an adult podcast.
Yeah,
and it's an
yeah.
adult product, so
Yeah.
it makes sense. I think a lot of people, they just try and promote whatever comes to them, innit? And it doesn't align, and you can tell they've just taken it for the cash grab. And I don't know. Sometimes for me, it just doesn't seem genuine. But when people actually think about what aligns with my content and what we're trying to do here, then naturally, I think it just goes hand in hand.
Yeah, man. So, like, do you normally go on like So, before we started this, you said certain people do podcast runs, and it's like if they go to London, they know. Like, do you do that yourself? Like, move around the country and
Not really, to be honest. I've gone on a few podcasts, but I don't. It's not like part of my promotion to go on podcasts.
Okay.
Like, how I look at podcasts is more. Are they taking the podcast seriously? Like, is their setup properly? Are they consistent? Like, I don't look at numbers or anything. It's more. Do I think it's a good podcast for me to go on?
The business side of things.
Yeah, everyone has a different audience in it, so your audience is probably completely different to mine. So obviously, there's an opportunity here for me to talk to a new audience. But just if people are taking it seriously, because I've been on stuff before, and it's never seen the light of day because that person weren't taking it seriously. So, and it's just you're wasting everyone's time then.
100%.
Like,
Definitely.
yeah. So I don't go on podcast runs, but if like someone hits me up and I think it's a good opportunity for me, I'll go on it.
Okay, I totally get it. Yeah, bro. I mean, you know what? You've got like a very, I don't want to say stoic. It's not stoic, but you're straight to the point with everything that you said, even how you carry yourself. I ain't even seen you smile too much. Like I can see that you're focused. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I would say I'm definitely dialed in. But yeah, man.
I feel like you're more dialed in than a lot of people that we deal with ourselves. You know what I mean? We have conversations, yeah. It's hard for us to have these conversations further than ourselves because just understanding content, algorithms and all those things, it's not interesting to some people. Some people want to go viral. They don't know why, like it says, or they want to have influence. They don't know why. Or you get what I'm trying to say? There's no business to it. They just know that going viral will make you a bit more famous or it will give you a bit more numbers. But understanding how to maneuver, strategy of it, understanding just like what you said in the beginning about you just watch random things, you get it? And that might just inspire you to do something or give you an idea, or you might even watch it and think, I know why that worked. Do you get it? Or you can see trends before a trend is a trend, or even try to attempt to set a trend. Like what you did with Sturdy.
Do you think that's a UK thing where we're not looking at it on a next level? Like, I think just in general, UK is behind on entertainment. I don't know if Americans, or to be fair, I think they do. Like, so I used to watch Joe Budden a lot.
See, hear what I'm saying now? This is what I'm trying to say to you now. So this podcast, is birthed off. Well, it's not birthed off. Sorry. Like, I watched Joe Budden podcast. I'm not gonna say I watched No Jumper, but I was very aware of it. Yeah. So when I'm aware of it, I'm seeing type characters coming on and I'm thinking, bruh, this girl's talking wicked, or these are having natural conversations, and I can't tell the difference with whether it's real or fake. Like, is it are these people real or not? So then I used to think to myself, we're just too reserved here.
Yeah.
Need to start having more conversations that's a bit more open. That's why we started fucking with the OnlyFans girls.
Yeah, to be honest, I think that was my first impression when I saw like the clips of your podcast.
Yeah.
Was obviously I could tell your accents are UK accents, but it seemed like an American style
Yeah.
podcast. Not even a podcast, more like the live stream setups they got over there.
Mm-hmm.
Like it seemed like you're the only. You probably still are the only ones in the UK doing that setup.
Yeah.
I think we're definitely quite reserved and we're very far behind when it comes to entertainment.
And we have issues with people
Just coming on.
not even coming on, like acknowledging it. It's like they don't want to acknowledge what this is. Do you get it? And now like you've got people going famous, like Bonnie Blues and Lily Phillips, for doing podcasts like these. Do you get it? And everyone's acknowledging them now because it's got to a stage where they're very commercial. Do you get it?
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things, isn't it?
So would you say that you studied American platforms to take inspiration on this one?
100% definitely. Like not purposely. I just always watch podcasts. I watch podcasts in America. I watch podcasts in the UK, and my brain can tell the difference and see the difference. And like I says, when I'm watching the ones in America, I don't know whether you're acting or you're being serious. Like there's a thin line. Like you're very theatrical with everything that you're doing and saying. Every single conversation is like that. Like, and it was very open. And I thought, you know what? We need something like that over here.
Yeah, I think Americans in general know how to monetize off of clout. Here, I don't think people know how to monetize. So here, it's only really the OnlyFans girls that monetize off of views and clicks. But there, everyone knows how to monetize off it. Like a random person will go viral there. He'll make a song, and all of a sudden now he's the biggest rapper in his state.
And that's what I sound crazy to people when I say, yo, you need to look at these OnlyFans girls, and they will show you how to do business. And if you're not working to the level that they're working, how do you expect money? Do you get it? Because for the guys, for the ones that are making like $500,000 a month plus, it's not easy. They got to be putting out consistent content and then drawing people into the rabbit hole of OnlyFans. Do you get it?
I think especially in the UK, people have a habit of dismissing something that they don't like or don't understand.
Yeah.
So if someone's making money, either they're a scammer, they're OnlyFans girl, they're whatever you want to call them, or that people don't want to actually admit that people are putting in hard work. Yeah. That people are actually smart on their marketing behind it. Because I mean, I've sold products online before. I know how much it takes to get people to click and to convert them. So whatever product they're selling, whether you agree with it or not, it does take marketing behind it.
It takes marketing, and then even like people like DMO and the HS TikTokies as well. Same thing. Like it's one thing to have the audience, but it's the next thing to convert it. And they've managed to do that successfully. You get what I'm saying? But a lot of their processes, you would think you can fast track to be like them by just having a few numbers. It's not that simple. Engagement is bigger than numbers as well. Being able to tell people to go there, there, and there. That's a whole skill in itself. And that's, if you're in the business to do that, you've got to consistently work on that.
Yeah, even like from my personal content. So personal finance content is probably like one of the highest paying on YouTube anyway. And the products that you sell are like high ticket products. So they say if you sign up to a bank account, you're likely to be with that bank for the rest of your life. So if I'm to do a brand deal with a bank, all it takes is to me to convert one person and they've made money for a lifetime in it. So for me, knowing like the value of what I'm selling over how many people it's reaching. So I could do a post and it only hits 10,000 people, and other people might think, oh, I'll charge less because it's 10,000. But I know that if only 2 people are converting out of it, the bank's making thousands of pounds. So I guess it's knowing your audience, knowing how valuable an engaged audience is as well. It's not all about views. It's about how much people actually trust you and actually want to support you.
Yeah, that's what I'm in the process of figuring out now. Like we've been doing numbers, we've figured out what type of content we've got and who comes in, like who actually F's with the content. But it doesn't necessarily mean we can control them in terms of setting a narrative, telling them to come here. You know, like whatever we want to sell or whatever service we want to give them. It doesn't mean that you're going to have that, and you're not just going to get that from clips. Sometimes you got to put more to the business or let them understand what this actually is for them to buy into it a bit more. Do you get it? That's why there's been a bigger focus on building the other lights around it, because we're not just about what people would think we're about. You get it?
I want to kind of jump off the point that you just made about we're not exactly what people like. We don't match people's perceptions, and they might think that we're one thing when really we're something different. I wanted to know, in regards to the hosts, like, and I'm not asking you to critique the host. I'm just saying, when you see the podcast, are you looking at it for just the brand in its entirety, or are you dialed into the hosts and the individual characters that are on the podcast?
I would say I watch a lot of podcasts, so for me, it's probably the guests, you know.
Okay.
It is probably the guests, because like you said, that some people, like, they do a podcast circuit. So if someone has a new interesting guest, that would probably be what engages me. But again, the whole branding of the podcast, as soon as I tune in, I can tell, okay, these lot are taking it seriously. They've got their own place. They're not just rented out somewhere and filmed 20 podcasts in one day and putting it out. So I think it's definitely a whole package. But I have to big you lot up. You actually do it properly. So
Respect, man. Respect.
Trying,
man. Trust
even
me.
the way you handle yourselves on some of the podcasts.
Yeah.
Because some other hosts, I feel like they egg things on a bit. But
Yeah.
I think you guys are like level-headed, and so obviously I watched that Tanks one. It could have went one way, but I think you guys handled it well. So.
You know what it is? Remember, what I tell, because we're working on having hosts, different hosts. We're working on developing characters through podcasting. So
Similar to what Joe Budden does as well, isn't it?
exactly,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying. If we can develop, like you've signed the
Dances
little guy that's
to
gone
this
through your
and-
thing, we want to be able to sign influencers
Okay.
through the podcast. But you've got to be able to show character. We've got to be able to show that we can develop you as a character. You get it? Whatever you want to be or however you want to do it, there's got to be a way to monetize it. We need to figure it out. So that's why it would help with our live shows and everything else that we're doing, selling the vodka. We want to be able to utilize the characters in different spaces for different reasons. What was the point I was trying to make now?
I don't know, you know.
Oh,
You're talking,
God.
though. You say it. But
I don't think there's a lot of.
Oh,
online
sorry.
platforms.
That's what it was. Sorry. So what it is first and foremost, I'll tell them, we're not opinionated. We're instigators.
Okay.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
So we're not here to give opinions on anything. We just instigate the drama.
Yeah.
Let the drama happen and control it. Don't put your opinion in there. Don't side. Don't attack. No, because obviously we've got OF girls and all that. It's easy to just.
You want it to
attack
be a
them.
safe space for everyone to come
exactly.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys do that well.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man.
Yeah, there's not a lot of, like you said about creating, developing people. There's not a lot of channels in the UK that actually do that. Like, it's always like a one personality, and then if they're not there, then there's just pretty much no show. I think it's hard to build a brand. I think a lot of places have struggled with that. I think even Joe Budden has struggled with
Yeah,
that
100. Because obviously he tried to do the networker thing as well, innit?
and didn't
And
really
tried to
work
have
out.
podcasts when he weren't working, but what you realised is that you just could have them on the same show. People can get used to them a bit better. And then now I've seen people that are doing like little spin-offs.
on their own.
Yeah, on their own. It works better like that. So it's trial and error. Like nothing's ever just going to work because you say it's going to work. You've got to be tapped in, innit? And then figure out what people want from you and then how you can get them to want something from someone else or develop the people around you.
Do you think there's enough money though in UK podcasts?
There's no money, bro. No, sorry. I don't want to say there's no money, you know. I feel like you've got to figure it out. You've got to keep figuring it out. Just like you figured it out with your thing, you got it from early, which is an advantage to you. With this space, because we've already got it and it's already set up how it is, it's easy for us to be consistent in that way.
I think the money doesn't come directly from the podcasting.
No.
The money is going to come from, as you said, like the sales of those bottles.
Yeah.
So the influence,
That's what keeps us going.
Yeah, like if the influence that we create and the viralness that we create, if we're able to leverage that to sell a product or to do something else, or even if we can leverage the viralness to land a brand deal, that's where the money is going to be generated. You get me? But not from sitting down in front of a microphone and just talking. Like, we're not going to make enough money doing it in that way.
I saw you guys talked about OF management. I thought you could be onto a winner with that with your.
And the only reason why we're not is because we have kids. It's just not. You just don't.
Yeah. As in, even if you weren't involved in it all, it's just like under the umbrella.
Well, you know what it is? More so than anything, we've tried to have relationships with managers where you take a cut, but it's a kind of a cutthroat industry where people believe more in them. They believe they are the ish in it. So they can't see the value in us. And until we can align with someone who can see the value, because the value is there, we're just giving it out for free.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because it's not our main goal.
Focus.
So we'll just do whatever. But we're growing in it. So there's going to be a time where we do tighten up and say, all right, then you ain't getting this for free now. You're going to need to pay us. Do you get it? Because if you notice recently, we've made people go viral off our say so. We've controlled what the viral content that's going up, and people are making money off it. We're aware of it, but it's just a test right now. Do you get it? So we're just figuring things out still.
Yeah, because that's definitely a lane in the UK that I think is untapped.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got all them platforms in the US, and yeah, the Earth Girls do their circuit on that, and they go viral. They get paid. Obviously, people are getting a cut of it, but here, and there's quite a lot of big creators here in it. So
Yeah.
there's definitely a gap in the market.
Yeah, 100. Well, I don't think Sidemen. Do they get a cut?
Yeah, to be fair,
They make people go viral,
Yeah,
and they make big money.
they're
I
20
don't,
verse ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I don't think they take a cut though, because they're already making big money.
I think
anyway.
it's just the casting, to be honest.
The agencies that they go to for the females.
To be fair, they could even pay to get on the platform.
Yeah.
Because to go on one of them, I know that their subs are going crazy. After
Crazy. It's crazy. Like 70K in the first months for some of them. You get it? So yeah. There's an untapped market with understanding viral content in the UK. And then there's businesses that need to be appreciated for their value. If people did appreciate it, we'd be able to grow. If people did work a better relationship, or if we found a better way to make a relationship, obviously it's probably more up to us than them. You get it? But it's just about working with the right people. Because like I says, if we did have a relationship where what we brought in brought us back a percentage and it was reinvested, then it's going to come back to whoever tenfold.
Have you ever thought about taking it to the US?
Love to. We've always thought about it. Love to. It's just, we need to just...
Logistics, man.
Yeah, it's just logistics for us. We're at that stage where you was with Thingy, where you're probably on your third episode. Yeah.
The thing is, obviously, where we're not doing... No, we're doing similar, I guess, to you. We're putting the content on YouTube. It's not... It's accessible to everyone. I think there definitely is a way for you to do it. Obviously, I think the streaming thing right now is probably where it's at.
Oh, we spoke about that
just spoke
today,
about
innit?
today.
Yeah.
It's this building doesn't allow us to stream like that. If we
The
did,
internet connection. as well.
yeah. Like I says, we just need to generate funds. That
I think there's still a way to get it. Have you heard of
Starlink,
Oh yeah, looked into already.
Elon Musk. Yeah.
Same as me. My building, the internet's trash. I've been trying everything. I'm trying to do a streaming thing as well.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, we're probably facing the exact same issue.
Yeah. It's a possibility still. Starlink. Might have to try it. To be fair.
Have to try something.
Yeah.
Have to try something.
But when you're investing so much in so many different directions, sometimes you just need to focus on what's going to bring the money straight away, and then you can
have
expand.
a platform to build off first, innit?
Yeah.
And then go from there. Yeah.
That's exactly it. But yeah, man,
I appreciate this conversation.
heavily.
You know why I appreciate it? Because one thing I want to say to you and let the viewers know as well is, like, I understand that there is definitely a misconception of what people may think of the podcast just because of the other things, and it's very much a part of the pod. But our main goal, I don't know if you'll remember it, but there was a magazine culture, like lads mag culture, yeah.
Nuts mag and all of that.
But that's what we are, but the podcast form. You get what I'm saying? So, as much as the ratchetness and the sex and all that's gonna be there, there's still very much a place for these kind of interactions and conversations, you get me, that has nothing to do with it, but it's all still part of a lifestyle and like an umbrella.
You can enjoy both.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to all be one way. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
It can still be about your business and whatnot, and everyone has to unwind somehow, and it's all entertainment. Some people, like me, I'll consume everything.
Yeah.
Like I'll watch your podcast, I'll watch a mad one, and I'll watch a serious one as well. Like, it doesn't have to be one or the other.
And I appreciate that because I can see you've came in and there's no reservations. There's no, you get what I'm saying? You've just came here, pause. But yeah, you've come to the podcast. We spoke, chopped it up, and you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, I just appreciate the conversation and the time.
I appreciate you guys. You're definitely doing something different.
Thank you very much. I feel like we need to connect a bit more often. And, you know, anytime you're in Brom, this is a revolving door. I like to say, let people know, it's a conversation. It's not your life story where you've said what you said now. You don't need to come back. We can chop it up many, many times because life's changing, bro.
Yeah,
like,
of course, it's always updates.
Yeah, there's always updates. So if just shout, man, and we'll just pull up a microphone and just talk, bro. If you feel that you need to, you get me.
Yeah, no, appreciate
offers
you
there,
guys
bro.
having me. Appreciate it.
Respect.
Yeah, love, man. Safe.
You know, like when you're on the road, yeah?
There's no 9 to 5.
That road is from 24 to 24, 12 to 12. Even if you're on the road and you're making £5 a day, you're on road 24. Even if you have an hour nap, if your phone rings, you're up. Like when you go in studio now, it's like, nah, man, I'm finishing it. If the song's half finished, I don't care if it's 5 in the morning, we'll go in again. And also networking. So like when you're on the road, you're dealing with different people. Not every drug user is homeless. You got some people that are rich that take heroin. You know what I'm saying? So even when you're on the road, you're dealing with people that are all from different walks of life. So you know how to network in it. You might not be knowledgeable in every single topic because obviously you're from the roads in it. You might not even be book smart, but just having common sense and street smart and knowing this is this and this is that. Then
Same hustle, different product.